What's up, YouTube? It's me. I'm back with another video already. And today I just want to talk about the FIFA 22 market changes that are coming to Ultimate Team. And we don't have a ton of information right now about FIFA 22, but we do know quite a few things and actually a handful of changes already and how they will affect the market. So I want to first start out by saying a few things. Web app is not releasing September 15th. I'm recording this video on September 15th and is not coming out today, which seems pretty obvious at this point now. But a few big websites like Dextero, a few other places had that out there. So sorry if there was any confusion for you, but I'm expecting the web app to be out the 21st or 22nd. EA Play was announced for the 22nd, so it should be out at some point before that, and they typically do that just to try not to crash the servers as much. I'm not sure what time or when it will be out, but it should be out one of those 2 days. So do be aware of that. And one other thing I wanted to make note of here that there's a lot of confusion on, but it's already confirmed. You're not going to get your pre-order FIFA points on the day of EA Play. So a lot of people expect to load up FIFA and have points ready and just to start spamming drafts or packs, but that's actually going to come out the day that Ultimate Access launches. So that will be September 27th, not the 22nd. That's a big mistake people are making, and it will dramatically change your approach, right? You're not going to have a huge influx of coin totals right off the bat. So today we're going to be focusing on the Division Rivals changes as well as the Weekend League changes. So Rivals essentially is changing to a 6-week cycle, and you still can get promoted with divisions. You are going to start at Division 10. Everyone's going to start there, and you'll move up along the way. They haven't confirmed that you'll receive a coin bonus as you move up, but I do assume it's going to be that way. The difference between this year and last year is that last year you got a huge one-time coin bonus for your placement games, right? You played 5 placement games. If you won 3, you got a certain division, 1 to 4, a certain division, 5, a certain division. And every single rank you went up, you would have a larger coin total. So some people were starting, I think the top was like 100K or just under 100K. So if you won all 5 games, you were instantly given a ton of coins. The smart move to do was to go invest them right away in meta cards, right? You had 5 games in and you had a lot of coins and you were able to purchase a lot of meta cards super duper fast that would rise the next day. Now, instead, you're going to have to climb up divisions, and if there are those coin bonuses along the way, you'll get them, but you'll get them a lot slower. So people will start to have a huge coin total probably after, like, I don't even know, like 6 to 8 hours instead of the first few, because that huge coin bonus after a few hours was massive. Rivals is on like a 6-week structure this year, so there are going to be milestones within that. And the way I personally view milestone, there's going to be up to 3. From what EA has told us in this pitch notes is I think there's going to be like players, in my opinion, are big pack rewards, and I kind of view them similar to objectives, right? So maybe it's playing a certain number of games because they're not all win-loss related. That's what they did say as well. So maybe it's just playing 30 to 35 games, 30 to 35 games within a rival season. Then you get your first milestone. Second milestone, maybe 50 games. I'm not sure exactly what it will be, but it's not just based off wins. So that's kind of nice because it just rewards play time rather than winning. But hopefully you do get rewarded for coin bonuses or pack bonuses as you move up as well. Like I said, everyone starts in Division 10, and we were just chatting a little bit about that on stream, and that's going to be really weird, right? It's going to be weird because, like, for me, I'm a Division 1 player, and it might feel a little bit easy to start out. For other people, if they're like in Division 4 or 5, they might get some really bad matchmaking to start. So again, it's going to be crazy right off the bat because Division 10 is going to be every single person in foot. So matchmaking is going to be kind of random. You might win a game like 5-0, and then you might lose a game 5-0. So that it's kind of iffy on that, but it is really interesting. Elite Division, that's new too. That is basically a division for pros, and kind of how I view that this year is like Division 1, but even higher than that. So like if this year you were like 2400 skill rating or higher, that might be relatively comparable to it. I don't know exactly what it means or what skill rating it relates to, but it would be a step above Division 1 where you're really, really high in skill points, in my opinion, and you can't relegate from that. And I think that's really nice because over time, you guys know just as well as I do, people would essentially like back out of games and purposely lose so they can complete objectives easier, and that's not fair. It's not fair for Division 5 and 6 players to be playing like pro players. So I'm glad that that changed, and even Rivals itself has checkpoints. So at the end of each 6-week cycle, you go back to a checkpoint, right? So maybe if you're in Division 3, you have a checkpoint at Division 5. When the new season starts, you start in Division 5 again. And I think that's awesome. And EA's intent with that is to make Rivals as competitive and fair as possible. I think they really want you matching up with your skill level, which I don't know if you guys think that's good or bad. I know some people want easier matchmaking, but this is kind of the way gaming has moved, right? With skill-based matchmaking, you see it a lot in like Call of Duty and even Fortnite, where people are like, oh, I hate the skill-based matchmaking. It makes it not as fun, but other people love it. And I think that the people that complain a lot are honestly like people that are Division 1 and just want to smoke some people and beat them badly. And I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing either. So that's my opinion on that. You do still get weekly rewards like we talked about. I'm guessing they're not going to be as good as they were previously, but you're still going to get them weekly. And the big thing is, I don't know what day of the week that is. I can't even make and finish all of my guides for FIFA 22 because I don't know the release time of rewards, but you're still going to get them once a week as well as those milestones too. And this is what they're talking about here, 6 weeks long, like we said. And then there are 3 milestones within that, regardless of whether you win or lose, just like I said. So hopefully those are players or packs, and they just reward you from playing. Season refresh, that's where you drop to your checkpoint. So that all looks good. And then here's a really, really interesting one. And a lot of people are unaware of how this really works and how this functions. So Foot Champions made some awesome changes this year. And especially for me, you guys know I'm a dad. We're about to have our second kid. So I don't have tons of time on the weekend to play 30 games. I think I finished legit 3 or 4 weekend leagues, and the few I finished, we got Elite in towards the end. So I got up to Elite 2, and I was feeling really good about it, and I was actually really enjoying playing. And
you're lying, blood. You gotta be lying.
No one quote me on that. No one clip me on that. I don't want anyone to hear that I enjoyed it. But when you're winning and when you feel like you're kind of in a groove and playing well, it is kind of fun to play.
You have to be lying. You can't. He's not lying.
And I couldn't finish my games so often because I often had to do them like after a family event on a Sunday or Saturday night, and I was up super late and cutting into sleep because 30 games previously was just so much time. That ended up being like 8 to 10 hours for a lot of people, depending on Rage Quit, depending on overtime or extra time. So I'm happy that they're making these changes, and what they're doing is you can qualify for Foot Champions each week, and you have to qualify. And to qualify, you have to win 3 out of 5 games, okay? And yeah, that's kind of hard because it's going to be skill-based to my knowledge, but you do have, I believe, 5 chances to do that. So you have to win 3 out of 5 games, but you have 5 chances to do that in the week, and you'll requalify. There's no automatic requalification, so you have to do that each week. And what that means to me for a trader is that there is going to be a lot less weekend league sell-off, because typically what happened in the past is people built their team on Thursday. They essentially built their team for the weekend, and once the weekend ended, they sold their team. And that was a weekly cycle because they didn't play much on Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. And I'm not sure if any of you guys are the same. Let's see if my chat responds, but I was the same. I didn't play Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I played a lot on Thursday and the weekend for Rivals and weekend leagues. So people, in my opinion, are not going to sell off as heavily because now you get Foot Champs rewards instantly. So if you finish all 20 of your games, which is what it is, all 20 of your games on the weekend, you get your rewards instantly. And you can go out and upgrade your team. You can see what you're going to get. You can see your red picks, hopefully, if they continue to do that. You'll know what team of the week you're playing for, which is fantastic. So I expect to see less weekend league sell-off, and I expect some inflation to happen on Sundays. And for those of you guys that don't know, if you don't finish your game, so say you play like 13 out of 20, you're going to get your reward set once Weekend League fully ends. So right when that timer expires from Weekend League, you would essentially get your rewards. And I think that's going from Sunday into Monday, you're going to see a big coin influx because of people getting that. And kind of one thing to note with this is that FUT Champions is going to be point based. And one question I have for EA, and no one can answer this yet, but you get 1 point for a loss. So I'm personally really curious to see if they give you a point if you back out, because if that's the case, everyone should back out of games. They should just enter and exit. It gives the other person the win, which would be really awesome for the community, and you still get your point. And getting those few points, say if it's 5 games left, if you get 5 points, it might mean a higher rank for you. So I wonder how EA is going to go about that and how to prevent taking losses like that, because everyone should do it if so, because you do get 1 point for that. Champions playoffs, that's what they call like more of a standard weekend league, and here you can see that a loss is 1 point. So again, if you had 2 matches left and you know you had to go to bed or something, I would just rage quit them, and hopefully you get that point, or you're going to see a lot of rubber banding. And I think either way, EA can't prevent both of those. So I think you're going to see either rubber banding or just quitting right away. And either way, it's okay. I mean, if it helps other people get better rewards and helps you too, I don't care too much about it. Rubber banding gets kind of annoying, but it is what it is. So yeah, those are pretty much the biggest changes right now to the FUT market with Rivals. Is you're not going to see a huge influx of coins coming in on Thursdays because you won't have Rivals and Weekend League combined anymore, okay? What you should expect to see this year is the market's going to increase subtly but more often. So on Thursdays it should rise, on Saturdays it will rise as people finish Weekend League, on Sundays and Mondays you're going to see little influxes rather than a huge boom. Thursday flips are really no longer. I know that was a really popular trading method. It became really common for new traders. And it's a good method because it's simply based on the premise that once people get rewards, they're going to want to go upgrade their team, right? So you can still kind of have that effect again, but this time you'll be waiting till after weekly rewards on Sunday or Thursday morning. So you'll just have to buy a little bit differently, and the coin influx won't be as large. So don't expect cards to go up like 30K. You might be taking like 5% margins, but just know that they will go up during those times. And it should be really interesting, especially to start the game without those placement coins. I'm really interested to see if they do the coin bonus rewards after you move up in the divisions, because depending on that, the meta market might move up a lot slower this year compared to last year, because last year, boom, super duper quick, and that's why you saw a lot of cards crash. This year, I expect it to be prolonged, where it's going to take a little bit longer for sure as people move up in those divisions. So hopefully this helps give you some insight for FIFA 22 and the changes we'll see in the market and in the Rivals and Weekend League reward structure. Peace. All right, I think we're good. You guys stayed through and listened to that. I don't usually talk to my camera too much except for OnlyFans. Like, wait, what? All right, how do we look?